We're with the president and CEO of Asia, etc., Mr. Nick Johnson. And Nick, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful being here.
Well, it's great to have you, Nick. And for our viewing audience here, tell them a little bit about yourself and about how you started Asia, etc.
I started Asia, etc. about 13 years ago, and I saw a need that Asian food is growing and that people didn't know about Asian food. So we've become experts in Southeast Asian and Asian food.
Now, interesting here. How did you spot that niche?
Well, just the general cooking trends and the population of Asia is driving it in the States and the international travel also.
Well, that's very interesting here. Now, talk to us about some of the products that you have under Asia, etc. Some of the food products that you have.
Well, at this booth we have this all Malaysian, so we have everything from Malaysia: jams, frying oil, shortening from palm. We have soybean, and we have meals, instant meals.
Okay, now at a food show like this, what are some of the goals that Asia, etc., that you have for Asia, etc., for a big show like this? What do you want to accomplish here?
Well, the main thing we want to accomplish is to expose these wonderful products from Malaysia at this show to the people that are attending, and to demonstrate the wonderful flavors that there is from the country of Malaysia.
And there are a lot of them too. I know that there's a lot of varieties of wonderful foods here, and I'm starting to get really hungry doing these interviews, and I see a lot of great food out here in the cooking demo, so we're going to be bringing those to you a little later on, ladies and gentlemen. At a show like this, in terms of getting the word out, I know that what we were talking a little bit off camera here about how the media is changing, the landscape of media. You're talking about your newspaper magazine going from this to this now. What do you want to incorporate in terms of the new technologies and the new medias?
Well, you know, we try to be cutting edge with food, and beyond that, you have to be cutting edge with media. And so we're very lucky to have you as someone we can get that message out with.
And you know, we were talking also, Nick, about Facebook and Twitter, about the power of those social media with YouTube, and the growing usage of the technologies that are going across the board from not only here but around the world. And it's a really great time to be in business. It's a very exciting time to be in business.
It's very exciting, and you know, technology is driving business now. And if you're not in with the technology, you'll be out of the business.
And with the growing trends, with your expertise here, being in this industry for a long time, what are some of the trends that you see coming toward your industry in 2010?
Well, my vision of the trends is that prepared food is becoming huge. People don't cook as much as they once did, or they don't cook at all. It's cheaper to eat out. Frozen and then shelf-stable prepared meals are the future of this country.
And of course, being in an environment to where there's not a whole lot of time. We seem to be pressed for time, which is the paradox with all this technology that we have that was supposed to make our life easier. It's made it a lot faster. How does Asia Foods fit into that?
Well, we try to embrace technology very much, but you're right. The technology, we have less time. It's easier to do business, but you could do business 24/7 now. Used to, you had to go home at 5 o'clock. Now that's over. No more. And if you do international, you're on a different schedule. It's 13 hours different in Malaysia, 12 hours difference in Thailand, you know, from the East Coast.
Right, and you know, being pressed for time, and especially today with the baby boomers getting older and having kids and their kids starting their families as well, you need a product that's going to be not only quick to make but also healthy.
Well, we use whole food standards as our base for everything we sell. So if we get with a company, we help them develop their brand in the same standards that Whole Foods would use. Whether we sell Whole Foods or not doesn't matter. We use our standards.
Okay, well, you know, one last question here I want to ask, and I'll let you go here, is with this show here in Moscone Center, there's other shows around the world. What other shows do you plan on participating in?
Well, we'll be in the National Restaurant Show in Chicago. That's in May, and that's a huge show. And there, it's a little different crowd. You have chefs, So everybody traditionally is a chef that comes through. Here you have owners of stores or grocery store people. Kroger stopped by, and you have those type people, but they're not chefs. So we'll be at a couple more trade shows, and we'll do some internationally in Thailand and Malaysia also.
Well, we're looking forward to being there with you also.
Thank you. I hope you will. Okay.
Well, Nick, it's been a pleasure. I want to thank you for taking time for doing this interview here. Much continued success with Asia, etc. One of the leaders in the industry here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Fancy Food Show at Moscone Center in beautiful San Francisco. And we'll see you a little later.